Watch as the moon and the sun collide over northern lights. Okay, good evening, everybody. We're back again. Back up just a little bit. We're back again. Tonight we got another guest, a first-hand experienced person. A lot of experience, from what I understand. So we're going to welcome him in just a minute, but we're going to do the quick announcements, which are that I do have two Facebook groups. It's actually our tracker groups now. Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, in parentheses, Antlers, and surrounding areas. I also have the Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WMBMAN, and Sun Center database, and you can find both of those on Facebook. So first we're going to do a tracker check-in. With guests that we've had before and some quick tracker updates. And we did get updates today from some trackers, and we'll share those in just a moment also.
Hello.
Hey, nightly check-in.
Hey, how y'all
doing? We're doing good. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Okay, we got a friend heading your way that will visit, I guess. And I think he wants to show you around, or you show him around, one of the things.
Okay.
And it'll be just a little while, but I gave him your information. I think I gave you his also. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. I'll go check and see.
Okay. So we're checking in, see if there's any new news, any disturbances, any oddities happening.
Yeah, when I got home yesterday, me and my granddaughter was in the kitchen, and she ate that too, and she was standing there waving at somebody smiling. So I had to clean my house last night. So.
Good. Yes, that house has got to be cleansed, because they will get in there and they will look like shadow people, and they will try to befriend a child for sure.
Yeah, I knew when I seen her waving at somebody, I was like, yeah, got to clean the house.
Yeah, yeah, and we gotta also, whenever possible, remember to teach the children to shut every door behind them.
Okay.
And also, your lights in the house, make sure there's like a lamp or something more in front of where people walk, if you know what I mean. A light will silhouette a person in a window. So even if you got your blankets up, your shadow will inform anyone or anything looking from the outside that people are moving back and forth in that room.
Okay.
So watch the shadows, and it's just an extra thing just to, not give your positions away.
Okay. I sure appreciate that. I didn't even think about that.
Well, we're going to check in every night, and we're going to be, listening for updates and more pointers, everything we can.
Okay.
So you're getting the house clean. That's good. You're recognizing that the children are seeing things that we don't see clearly, so we know that we have to do something.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I will check in with you again tomorrow, and be safe out there.
Okay, I will. Y'all have a great night.
All right. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, that was a grandmother who is having activity in her area. I did talk to another tracker today, and they're finding a lot of tracks around these swimming holes and fishing areas. So be very aware, especially in this time right now, the spring and the summertime. The Bigfoots have already built that framework so that when the spring vegetation comes out, it's just covering their traps or their blinds. So be very wary around thick vegetation or bushes that are around swimming holes, even behind your home. So they're everywhere right now, as far as what we've seen, and just about anybody we talk to who is aware that Bigfoots are around. A lot of people who don't know that much about them or think that they're only in the Northwest or on TV or something. But these things are everywhere, especially Oklahoma. Oklahoma is like one of the biggest areas um, uh, of occupation. But we've had, quite a few people report into us. We're getting more reports. We actually kind of stumbled upon a missing case today. We're going to be checking in with that also, or a missing person case. We hope it's not. We hope they just went on vacation or, just quit work. We hope they just quit work and didn't show up. So we're going to be checking in on that and getting an update about that because it's not very far from where we are now. See, we're going to check another guest who is being we had him on last night, I believe, yes. And we were talking about a few things before we got cut off, but we'd like to just check with him again and get an update. So, and then we will get to our guest. Okay, I forgot. I think he's working today and Friday or Saturday. I forgot about that. He told me that last night. So we're going to check in with another tracker real fast. And we do this nightly with our guests and with the trackers because we want the updates and you get these same updates as we do. So it is very beneficial for anyone to listen in because this is what we do. And we want to make sure our friends are safe because we do know about these things and the Bigfoot's in the area. And sometimes our trackers can't talk.
Your call has been forwarded to an auto
at the times that they're in. So we did our check-ins. Our other tracker friend, he checked in today. He was the one with the this right here. He was showing us the prints that was at the local swimming holes in Colgate area, Oklahoma. So if you are in those areas, be very wary whenever you go swimming. Check those blinds. And if you haven't got that DVD, you need to get it so you can protect yourself and your families when you go out to these places. Okay, we're going to go ahead and give our guest a call. Now, our guest is, I've met him on Facebook in a group, which I'm no longer a part of. But he has some experiences. He's having firsthand encounters right now. And you'll see in just a moment because we'll be posting the photos and everything. But we're gonna let our friend explain the most recent and some stories. He's got some stories he'd like to tell. And you'll also see in the pictures. So we're gonna go ahead and give him a call right now, and we'll get him on.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing tonight?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just kind of gave you an introduction of that we met on Facebook, and that you have some spectacular photos, and that you have firsthand experience. And we kind of just want to also start with like your most recent, and I'll put these photos up that you gave me, but if you kind of start with the most recent, and then you'll just kind of work your way into whatever you want to share with us about your areas and the activity.
Sure.
I'm posting the footprint right now, but if you could just tell us what happened today, if there's anything that started from the day or anything.
No, actually, I just got home from work, so I didn't send you the picture of where I'm located. I live on a dead end road, and there's over 3,000 acres, about 70 yards across the street from me.
Wow.
So it's like it's every day is something different, you know, or every night, I should say.
Yeah. So you're in an occupied area.
Yeah, definitely. When I bought this house, man, this house was over 150 years old, and they refurbished it. You know, I don't have central heat and air, of course. I don't have that. But anyway, I kept wondering, with all this land around here, especially in my area, man, how come ain't nobody buying this house? What's wrong with this house? You know?
Yeah.
And I pretty much figured out why nobody wanted this house now. You know? But won't nobody talk about that. And I got 2 or 3 neighbors that live not close to me, about 40 yards apiece. You know, they're old. They go to bed at 6 o'clock. I've asked them a couple times about certain things, and they just shut the door in my face. You know, they rather not speak about that. You know.
Mm-hmm. And these are the neighbors who know, right?
Oh, absolutely. They've been here their whole life. They grew up here. They watched this road in this town evolve. This used to be a gravel road with no asphalt, and then they made another highway blending into it about 100 yards past my house. So once you get to that part, then go down about a mile or 2, it's in the city. But where I'm at now, I live out in the county, you know.
Yeah, I was looking at some of these photos, and yeah, what caught my attention was, I got the picture up right now, but it's got a photo of a car with like a stick sticking through the. Looks like
is that the green one?
Well, it's a picture of the inside of a car, and you can see, the sticks coming through the windshield.
Oh, that's my buddy's Trailblazer.
Oh.
Yeah, where I'm at now in Mississippi, I follow 5 or 6 counties now by myself. I don't take nobody with me because I don't know what their intentions are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
I don't want to break their trust. You know, because it took me so many years to get their trust. I'm allowed what I get and what I see. And I don't want to break their trust. And my truck was down one weekend. That's how that happened. That used to be a Trailblazer. Okay. And the only way I can get a ride, because I was recording something, and I had to go back, was my buddy was with me, and I was like, come on, man, let's go up here. I got to go. It's about 60 miles from my house. And
we got about a mile and a half in, and I had an eerie feeling when I got through the woods. You know how it is. You just get that feeling.
Yeah.
It was about a mile or two in, and it sounded like two bulldozers tearing up trees and shit. I said, man, we gotta get the hell out of here. And the hair on the back of my neck was standing up, and I was on all alert. We got back out there, and that was the result of it.
Wow.
They did that. I broke their trust, and I've been going back. Of course I go back, and it took me about 4.5 years to regain their trust and let me in. They won't let me go all the way where I used to go, but I can go about 10 or 12 miles, But it seems like every time I go, I know they watching me,
Yeah.
You can hear them, you can get peripheral visions of them on each side of you on the trail. You can hear the trees. You can watch the top of the trees bending back and forth. They're watching you.
Yeah.
They allow me to go, a little bit further every time, thank God. It took me over 4 years to get to that point now with them. And that's just one county.
So you've got activity pretty much everywhere, huh?
Pretty much, man. Pretty much.
And how far is that from the Choctaw, Mississippi, Philadelphia?
That's Philadelphia. I'm on the other end, so that's probably 200 miles.
Okay.
There's activity in Choctaw. I can tell you that for sure. I have a friend of mine that lives there, and there's a lot of activity in Philadelphia.
Can you hook me up with this friend? Because I'll be down in Mississippi for that World Series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but these pictures are amazing that nobody was, harmed, and it was just the message, huh?
Yeah, that was a warning. That was a bad warning. I've been hurt before. I've had hands-on experiences with them. I've been hurt. I'd rather not talk to you on air about it, but I lost my brother one night, and they found me 2 days later. I follow them for a different reason than everybody else does.
Yeah.
I don't hunt them. I highly respect them. I don't take cameras with me. I have my cell phone. That's about it.
Yeah.
And if I'm lucky enough to get a picture, I'm lucky enough. If not, I turn it off, and that's usually when all the stuff happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't take weapons with me because they know shit.
Oh yeah.
Yourself, I'm sure you can't take that and kill one of them. If you shoot one, you got to worry about the 5 or 6 around them.
Yeah.
Around.
Sure do. Yeah, they're never alone.
Oh, absolutely not. Always watch your back. Always look up. Always look back.
Yeah, you are correct. Are you ex-military or?
No.
Okay. You seem to have some kind of background in tracking and wildlife and.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty much mostly Indian, and I spent most of my childhood in my woods. My brother, the one that passed away, was a Marine Corps vet, and he did 3 tours at Nam, and he was, he was pretty much woods guy,
Yeah.
He's pretty much the one that taught me pretty much half of what I know. The rest you just learn on experience,
Oh yeah. I was in one of these photos, which I got now. It's kind of a picture of the living room, pretty much. But I can also see the Indian art.
That must be my carport window. I can't see what you posted, but that's probably my carport window. Yeah, and then there's another one I blew up. That's one of them. That's where the middle of the bottom window is, that middle wood frame.
Yeah.
Piece that goes through the middle. My house is on blocks, and I'm 6'2". Okay, that's the top of my head. So he was about 7 foot or more. He paid me. That was up under my carport one night.
Yeah, I blew that picture up of your window.
Yeah. I still got the hair prints or fur prints, whatever you call it, on my glass.
Yeah, you can see it right there.
Oh yeah, he was there. He rumbled a couple times, to let me know. You know.
Yeah. So you get visited. Well, of course you can see it in the picture, but I mean, they're up to the window and everything, huh?
That was the first time they've been up to the window. Well, actually, that I seen one.
Yeah.
Because I heard them under my carport. Usually, I leave my carport lights on. They won't come. They'll be all around the back of my house. They'll hit the back of my bedroom on the very back of my house about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. They'll slap the back of my house. I still have handprints up there, and it's probably 10 feet high or taller. From 2 or 3 years ago, I haven't washed down. But when it hit my window, I done put 6 window screens on one side of my window in the last 5 months. So when they back around here, they follow the seasons. And when they come back around, that's the juveniles. They just acknowledge, want me to play. I believe that's what it is. Because if full grown squats, man, they can just rip your door off and come to your house, man.
Yeah, we've seen those 20-footers and everything.
Yeah.
Have you seen claw marks or just the tips of the finger or tips of the claws in the screen? Sometimes they'll just like stick their claws just in the screen and just those.
Usually when I find that aluminum screen, it's balled up. It's like twisted and balled up.
Okay.
I didn't really look for claw marks. It was all tore up,
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Have they ever tried to open a door or lift a window?
They opened my laundry room door under my carport. Every time I close it, when they're around my area where I live now, when they're here in the area, let's say that, I can shut my carport, my laundry room door, and I've even locked the door, and I found it open the next morning, several times. And I've locked it and pulled on it and jerked on it. Well, I couldn't open it. And the next morning, it was open,
Yeah,
I got a couple things under my carport that, I think it's the juveniles because they're more curious. They like to play. They're very curious if you ever find two or more in the woods. They love to play hide and seek with you. I got some stuff under my carport. I usually put in a certain spot, when I know they're around.
Yeah.
And they'll move everything I got. They just rearrange my carport for me. So I think that's a blessing in itself that they can do that for me, to show me,
Yeah, we're teaching the kids to not play certain games like tag, hide and seek, peekaboo.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, not in the woods.
Yeah, and these Bigfoots have, they know these games and that they'll lure the children with those same games that you're talking about.
Absolutely. I got a big black and tan dog. Let's see, when was it? Last week or the week before last, I took him out, and I don't have those street lights. Like I said, I live on a dead end road with like 3,000 acres, 70 yards from my front door.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of the dark, but I took him out with the flashlight, and I heard him like some bushes, like a rabbit. Running through the woods at the tree line, which is they ain't unusual because we got deer. I got deer over here, man. They come in my yard, but they used to. But I heard something, and I shined the light over my spotlight real quick, and then you could see the limbs moving, but you could, and I turned my light off and click it back on, and then I didn't pay no mind to it, and I heard it again. I didn't even turn around. I figured it was a juvenile, so.
Yeah.
And then we got all the way back behind my house, which is about 40 yards where my shop is, and there's another tree line back this way, but this is on the other end of my house. But we got halfway back to the yard, and my dog's name is Bandit, and he wouldn't listen, man. I don't know what happened to him. He just went crazy. I couldn't hardly hold the leash he was on, you know, and I kept hollering at him, saying, "Man, be still, let's go, boy," you know. And all of a sudden he just froze and sat down beside of me. And I heard, next sound I heard was something across the thing. They was calling my dog over there.
Yep.
You know, and I heard bandit, real deep and low. I'm like, oh shit, I've never heard him call my dog before. You know.
Yep.
That was that. You know, I've been following for a long time. That right there kind of freaked me out. You know, when I heard that. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you heard the other night, but you know, we had reports of girls trying to camp, and then the Bigfoots were saying, "Here, kitty, kitty," you know, near the where they were camping, and they, you know, they picked up and went inside. But they, we also tell people that the parents actually help the Bigfoots lure the children by using hand gestures and calling their names out loud.
Yeah.
And so they'll pick that mimic up, and just like with your dog, now that's actually your voice, just with their sound, I guess you would say.
Right. Well, you know, they can mimic any animal in the woods. They can mimic any sound. You know.
Yeah, any mechanical too. I mean, like airplanes, chainsaws.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they can mimic any sound. You know.
Thunder and lightning. We gotta be careful of those.
Yeah, you know, I've heard that from somebody else. Told me that a while back.
Yeah.
You know, it never really dawned on me about that noise. You know.
Yeah, it's another sound.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely is. It definitely is. Yeah, it's unusual.
Yeah, and if these groups, like there's a group called Thunder and there's a group called Lightning, and these two come out during the rain, and it doesn't have to be a heavy rainstorm, but they can still come out at that time, and that's the only time that they really get to hunt. But those are the ones that'll rumble that ground around your house, and they'll try to get into your house, or they'll shake your house, you know.
Oh. Yeah.
And these are the vicious ones, because this is the only time that they get to hunt. The other times, things bring them food. But
I tell people all the time. I said, you know, the people that I know, they go give them and feed them. I said, man, don't feed them. Don't ever feed them.
Yeah,
you know,
you're right.
Don't feed them. They go do that, and when the food's gone, they gonna come looking for it. You know. And I noticed there's a lot of more activity in one of my other counties up here in Mississippi. I've been following here recently, and I've been making a lot of trips, about 120 miles from my house. But I've had sightings there before, and there's a spot up there, man, that, you know, when you walk down, it's a dried up creek bed, you know, about 40 feet wide.
Yep.
But it's about 8 feet deep. And it's tree lines on both. It's dark. I mean, it could be 11 o'clock in the morning, man, and you get to the spot, and the hair on the back of your neck, you know, it'll tell you it's just eerie, you know. And I know there's a black one up in there, and I don't know if he's mentally off or if he's trying to be something, because I've been around a few of them in my lifetime, and I've never seen one act this way, you know. But I mean, you can hear other ones, you know they follow you when you get to a certain spot through there. But when he's around, and you will know when he's there, you don't hear nothing. I mean, I leave, you know, because I don't know what's going on with him, or I think he's mental, you know. Because I've heard him holler, I've heard him scream once or twice, and it don't sound on, you know. So I mean, I don't know if he's hurt, or I don't know, you know. But I'm not gonna find out.
Yeah, not gonna go asking why. Yeah, they use those ravines, and you'll also find like a tree laying across those creeks or ravines.
Yeah, I think I sent you. I go to a spot, a wildlife area. Man, it's like 30,000 acres. That's usually because I know they're there. They bombarded my house. I've been hit with trees, man. and boulders. I mean, from nowhere in that area, and that's where I take my pictures at. That's where I went this last Sunday. And when I seen that tree across that road in my truck, you know, I'm like, yep. Something's here. Yep. And so I said, okay, well, I'll go down to the other road that I know and cut through the woods. And that's when that tree was twisted, laid over on the side. I'm like, well, I don't guess I'm gonna go down that way neither. You know? So,
yeah.
I don't know what's going on with him up there. You know?
Yeah, I've got that picture up now of that tree that's laid across that road.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fresh break. That's not no storm. That's a grass road. You turn off. You know, you can see the road through the grass. I mean, and when I seen that, I got halfway. I was about 100 yards in, and right after that tree, you take a sharp left and go down and straighten back up, and it's wide open. I mean, it's wide open woods where you can, you know, and that was the stopping point. I mean, it's dope.
Yeah.
And I was going to stop and walk around it, but I know better, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm glad you're like us. We know better, especially if we don't have what we need.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at these fresh tree breaks and everything. Those are some big trees there.
Yeah, I had one person tell me, "Oh man, the wind twisted that tree." I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Oh my
I said, "Look at
goodness.
the other trees around it. I mean, are you serious? You see how big that tree is? You know, no, the wind didn't just twist that, and snap it like that, bro. You know,
Yeah.
you go ahead and believe what you want to believe, you know. But I'm telling you, you know, okay, believe what you want to believe, you know."
Yeah, I'm showing that picture again of your window, and you know, it's just something that did when you got the house and everything. Did you get a good deal or?
Oh, I got a great deal on it, man. I did. I mean, they just remodeled it. Like I said, it's old, you know, but hey, it's mine. With the land, you know, I don't own the land across the street, but I'm accessible to all of it. They got a river that runs right 100 yards through there that goes through 3 or 4 states, you know, like the Mississippi River, of course.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of sloughs and creeks back up in there, man. There's a sandbar. I used to go catfishing on a sandbar and stay there all night, you know, catfishing and, you know, have a big bonfire and just, you know, but I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. There's been a big influx of these Bigfoots in the last 3 years.
Well, you know why, don't you?
Yeah.
The government's forcing their hand, man. They're taking their home away. You know, they're taking their land, just like they did the Indians, man. This, you know, they taking their home. They're forcing their hand. I mean, that's all they know. They've been here for hundreds of years surviving, and you don't come in here and just bulldoze it down and build a dollar store in the middle of nowhere, or a mall, or apartment buildings, man. I mean, you know, yeah, they're going to retaliate. Yeah, you're going to see them.
Yeah,
you know?
You're going to see them, and the fires are pushing them in.
What's that?
The fires.
Oh yeah.
How's your animal life compared to, like, say, the last 5 years?
My animal life?
Yeah, I remember you said you had deer that used to come in.
Yeah, I don't have that anymore. I don't have deer. There used to be a bunch of wild hogs over here. There's no wild hogs over there. There's no deer. I can still see deer, you know, every deer season, you know, because they come to the front of the tree line right by my house, you know. But you only see them very shortly, you know.
Yeah,
after that. So
yeah,
you don't see them no more.
Yeah, we've been seeing that the Bigfoots, they distinguish between hunters and hikers and you know, people who, like, I guess you would say, trackers. But every time we've went out, we've actually got them on video of them herding deer towards us. to get us out of the woods. You know what I mean? If they're hunters, let's give them a deer. Let's give them a hog. Let's get them out of the woods.
Right. Yeah, you're in their area.
Yep. So they're going to, and that's why whenever you brought up that it was during the hunting season when people are looking, really, you know, these deer are getting flushed to the tree line and saying, take one, just leave.
Yeah, because they know. I mean, yeah, you know, they know. I mean, they've been here so long. They know what a gun is.
They do.
They know.
They do. They do.
I mean, I love to sit on my front porch at night. You know, I can always keep all my lights off, of course.
Yeah.
Man, that's when the noise really comes into effect, you know. I recorded a juvenile one night, right across the tree line. I heard the tree break, and I turned my phone on and hit record, turned it upside down on the towel. And I think I recorded for about 4 minutes, but about a minute and 30 in, I don't know if you've seen it, but it screamed at me, man. And I could tell it was juvenile. And then I didn't answer him back. Usually I'll call him or a certain name, or I'll whistle a certain way at him, and I just left it alone because he knew I was there.
Yeah.
And he waited, and about another 30, 45 seconds, hooked at me real hard, you know, and I didn't hear nothing after that. So I guess I made him mad. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they can see just as good at nighttime as daytime, you know, like other animals.
Oh, absolutely. I think they can see better at night. We can in the daytime, you know.
Yeah, the daytime pretty much kind of does. It's too bright for them.
Exactly. Way too bright for them, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they smell. They can smell 10, 20 times better than a deer can.
Yeah.
You know. I had a buddy of mine. He used to live about 60 miles from me. He had 300 acres, what much, and he was up in a tree stand one day, deer hunting one morning, and you know the old man tree stands, old steel or pot metal, whatever it is, tree stand, and he called me that afternoon. He said, "Earl, you ain't gonna believe this, man." He said, "I need you to come over here and get my gun in my tree stand." I'm like, "What happened, bro?" He said, "Man, just come over here and get me." And now this boy I've known for over 30 years. Him and his brother that passed away, they grew up in the swamps like I did in Louisiana. I mean, they hunted, they fished. That was his life.
Yeah.
And after this moment, after that day, he sold all his guns and he quit. I bought 2 of his best guns, matter of fact, from him. And I'm like, "Well, you serious?" He said, "I ain't going back, bro. That's it."
Yeah.
He was up in an old man deer stand, and something grabbed his leg. And I said, "Well, how high up was you?" He said, "I don't know, about 12 feet." And he said, "Something reached up and grabbed my leg, man." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" He said, "I swear to God, man, I looked straight down, I didn't see nothing. And it grabbed my leg again, and it scared me, and I dropped my gun." All right. So I I asked him, I said, "Man, you sure you wasn't still drinking all night?" He said, "Man, I'm telling you, Earl, you need just come get my gun." And so I went down in the woods, and there's an old logging trail. I got one down here by my house at the dead end road, but I said, "Okay." So he got my truck, we rode down there, and he said, we stopped at the gate and opened the gate, and I said, because, nobody drives through the gate. There's only certain people allowed. But anyway, I stopped my truck, turned it off, I said, "Well, come on, show me where it's at." He said, I'm staying right here. He told me, I said, "What?" He said, "I ain't getting out of the truck, bro." He said, "Go down there and get it." He told me where it was at, and I went down there, and it looked like it was bent like a pretzel, man. I swear to God, around that tree. I like to never got it off the tree. And I brought it back and threw it in the back of my truck. I said, "Damn, boy." He said, "Man," and he was still shaking, I gave him his rifle back, and went back to his house, and that was it, man. He was done. He was done out there. That was it. And I used to go back up there, and right before he left, he moved about 3 months later. And whatever was up there, it ripped a donkey in half. I mean, literally ripped it in half. Right there where his barbed wire fence was, where the tree line was. I mean, it ripped it in half, literally. I'm like, damn, and he moved the next day. That was it. He was done.
Well, that he probably stayed longer than a lot of people would have.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I used to have a Ronnie, man, and I've had one rip my dog in pieces, man. You know, but I've never seen him. I've never seen him rip a donkey. You know, I got a buddy of mine in Oregon, and he said, man, they take my calves. He said, you can find the calves. They can rip their heads off when they cross my fence going in the wood line. You know, I'm like, wow. He said, yeah, they just rip them to pieces. And he said, they only take the hearts or the livers or something out of them. He said, they just rip the pieces off of them. Wow, that's pretty interesting. I've never heard that before. You know?
Yeah, they always take that soft tissue, the heart, lungs, intestines. That's the first thing they take.
Yep.
And then they'll drink the blood, and then they'll pull like the skin from the ribs up, and they leave that for the coyotes to come in. Then they'll eat the coyotes.
Oh, they get 2 meals for the price of one then.
Sure do. Same way with they cross in front of a car going 55 miles per hour or a lone car. They'll send either they'll walk across it or they'll push a deer or a hog in front of that car to make them hit it or have an accident, and then they just drink blood. It shouldn't be a fatal accident, but the corners never look for the missing blood.
No, because they're too intrigued by what they found, you know?
Yep. Yep.
Nobody ever looks behind what you see, you know?
You're right.
Now, I was at like I said, I got a logging trailer that's probably, back in the 60s, man. At the end of my road, we used to ride 4-wheelers on it, you know? And I was down there one night going to the river, and it's about 3 miles from my house if you go that way. And we stopped, smoked a cigarette, me and a buddy of mine, and there's a creek on the left-hand side. And if you don't know where you're going up through there, man, you'll kill yourself, because, you know, you have to know where this creek bed is. It's just like a dried-up creek, like I told you earlier. It's just about as wide, but there's still a stream, about a foot of water running through it. And but you got, I mean, there's no boundaries. There's trees coming out the side of it coming up, you know. You better know where you need to ride. That's all I tell you. It's about 30 feet deep, 20, 30 feet deep.
Mm.
And right across from it where we stopped, there's a wide open field, about 50 yards square. And there's always, it looks like a ryegrass, soybean field, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The tree line is right behind it, kind of catty corner square that comes up to the road, the dirt road. So we stopped there one night. Man, we've been riding forever. We finally got down there. We drank a beer out of the cooler and sitting there smoking a cigarette. And I heard something. You can see it through the moonlight. You can see it run through the noise. And I'm like, what is that? And my buddy said, oh, man, what is that? I said, hell, it's probably a hog, you know. And they come through. You can see the ryegrass moving 7, 8 feet high. And all of a sudden, a buck jumped over me. And I was like 2 feet from the side of this damn creek going straight down. And the back of his hoof hit my head. And like the only reason I didn't get knocked off of it because I grabbed the damn handlebar on the left side, because I was just about gone. And I'm like, damn, and he split the side of my head open. That's how fast he was running, man. It was a nice 10-point. We turned the lights on it and turned around and looked at it. He was soaking wet, just like you run a horse 5 miles, you know?
Yep.
I'm like, damn, look at this shit, man. And my buddy started getting paranoid. And then you could hear the trees coming. And it sounded like he was hitting I swear to you, brother, it sounded like he was hitting the ground with a sledgehammer. You could hear this stuff that's running. Just, and you could hear the trees and shit, man.
Yep.
And he got all the way to the end of the tree line and stopped.
Yep.
And never come past the trees. My buddy turned around and looked at me and said, man, I'm out of here. I'm like, well, you haul at it? Because I'm right behind you, bro.
If you waiting on me, you behind, huh?
All right, I'm going to run over. Which way you going? Because I'm fixing to run over your ass, bro.
Yeah.
I think we interrupted his dinner. You know what I mean?
Well, that deer knew y'all were there. It was running, you know, for safety, really.
He liked to screw the safety up right there.
Yeah.
He jumped when he hit me, man. He bounced it. When he squinted, he jumped straight up like damn Rudolph or whatever, man. And he jumped straight across, right to the side of that other end of the creek, on the side of it. And hooked up about 2 steps and just stopped, turned around. And his tongue was out, and he was just. You can see it, man. I don't know how hard he's been run, but that deer has been run hard.
I think that deer was warning you.
Oh yeah, he was warning me. All right, I got 4 stitches on him. Yeah, he was warning me.
Well, I mean, he turned around. Most times the deers would just keep going.
Right.
But I think he turned and looked at you like, you better get ready.
Man, I was already in motion when I finally climbed back on it. Because I've been hunting over 40 years, and I've never seen a deer do that at all.
No.
And that told me, okay, Earl, you get the hell out of here, boy.
Yep. And those animals.
I've had them come to the end of my tree line one night. We was cooking under my carport right here, and I had the radio on, chilling, drinking a beer, and you could, man, it was a full moon. Oh man, it was a beautiful night, and you could hear it, man. It sounded kind of like a tractor kind of, or a 4-wheeler without the noise running through the woods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through the trees.
Yeah.
And it got right. I said, "Damn, what is that?" And I looked down at the end of the road. You can see it through the moon. Of course, when the moonlight's out, yourself, you can see anything. And man, you can see the top of these trees. I'm talking about, oh my God, 70, 80 feet high. And they just like really went back and forth.
Yep.
What the hell is that? And I went to reach for my light, and man, he let out this scream that only one would do. If you know what I mean, if you ever heard it.
Yeah.
And it vibrated me under my carport, dude. I mean, it was coming, and it bluff charged me is what it was doing.
Yeah.
Just like that time, it was bluff charged.
As soon as you reach for that light.
Yep, exactly. That same thing I said. Reach for the light.
Yep. And this was on the full moon too, right?
Oh yeah, it was a full moon.
Yeah, they hunt on the full moons, but on the blood moons, they get to kill. So you're gonna, if you've got crows or ravens around you, kind of normal, after a blood moon, that next day you're not gonna have any ravens in your yard. They're feasting with these Bigfoots.
Right.
It's like when that blood moon happens, it's like they just get to it's like they run all the herds together and just have this great big massive feeding.
Right. Now, that blood moon that just happened the other night.
Yeah.
I was sitting under my carport, and I got an owl nest behind my garage, behind my house, and it's like a big barn owl, of course, But man, I heard an owl started hooping across the street from me in that tree line, and all of a sudden it was 2 or 3, and in about 5 minutes it sounded like it was 50 of them, just right there at one time. Yeah,
we got to remember that Bigfoots, those groups, like I was talking about thunder, and then there's a group called lightning.
Right.
There's groups that are just locusts. Some groups are like coyotes. Some groups are owls. Some groups are ravens. Some groups are. So whenever that's not an owl. You know what I mean?
No, that's not an owl. That's them talking. That's
them
mimicking. Because I got a recording, man. I've heard them speak, and it sounds like you put a cassette tape in and hit fast forward.
Yep.
It's like it's a bunch of gibberish, man.
Yeah.
I've got several recordings of that you can't explain. It kind of, to me, it sounds like Navajo language to me.
Okay.
It sounds, because I've got another recording I recorded up on my land up north Mississippi, which I know they're there, and it sounds like it's native language to me. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
But these right here, I don't know if they was juveniles or females or, but you can hear it. It sounds like they're talking in fast motion. Just
Yeah, and it would be more.
And then it quit.
it would be more common in your area because all the Choctaw over there.
Right.
They all
Right.
speak the language and everything. So, and like,
It's pretty interesting.
yeah, a lot.
Like I said, man, just when I get a chance, if I'm not working, I'm there. You know.
Yep.
You know, I've lost a lot of things in my life, man. You know, over these beings and people that really know me tell me, man, you crazy, Earl. I'm like, no, I ain't crazy. I mean, I've lost relationships, I've lost marriages. I mean, I'm not gonna quit what I'm doing. I mean, you accept it or just stay away from me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much that way with me. I mean,
good.
yeah, I'm not gonna give it up. I'm not gonna give them up. I do everything I can to protect them, and whatever it costs me, that's just what it costs me. You know, I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty,
yeah. Well, we tell people not to be cooking outdoors or even leaving trash out. You know, like if when trash day comes, whatever, if it's a truck or something, make sure your food is always with no smell whatsoever. And on trash day, huh?
Tell them to spray their bags with bleach.
Yeah, we actually rinse out the plastic and the cans, before we put them into the trash.
Everything I got here, man. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah, we just try to not give any sense as far as, even, it just reminds me, you talking about cooking out. Another friend cooked out during the blood moon, and he's a tracker. And while we're having an interview with him, he's got movement. His dogs are barking, and he said, "Yeah, I just cooked out." And he said, "They come around. They, check that grill out."
Oh yeah. They check it out, man. Yep. Like I said, they can smell it forever.
Yeah, and then they, because what they smell, they know we eat that, so we smell or should taste like that.
Exactly.
So if they're licking our grills and they're going, "Huh, this guy tastes like steak seasoning."
I bet he's gonna taste like steak or chicken. Let me grab him.
Yeah.
That's when I go out, man. I don't know if y'all got it wherever you at, but they got a bar. It's called Lava Soap. It's green. It's like sand soap.
Yeah.
And that I take a shower in that from head to toe, man, completely, over and over. And then I wait till the next day before I go, because that way it kills all your deodorant smells, your personal smells. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got another tracker friend that he does that like 3 days. He says he quits the meat, the sodas, and everything, and just goes to vegetable. But he also does that. But his father was pulled down the side of a mountain with his girlfriend in a tent, and he also had a Bigfoot unzip his tent and stick his face into the tent. And when he kind of woke up and seen it, as soon as he reached for his pistol, that's whenever the Bigfoot's let the air out and shook his head pretty much and left.
Right. Yeah, he knew what a gun was.
Yeah.
Well, I've never had him unzip my tent. I've had him grab the back of my tent and leave. They leave this residue, man. This oily residue, this handprints.
Yeah.
But I've had him grab my tent before, and just jerk on it. That's when I decided to buy a camper. The hell with a tent.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't tent in tents anymore, and
no.
But there's going to be a lot of people this summer going out in tents.
Yeah, well, you can't tell them that, man. You know what I mean? You can't. That's them. You just gotta live and learn, man. That's it. I call them YouTube professionals, man.
I hear you.
The ones that post all the pictures that you can't see that, it's so damn blurry, and they got red circles pointing to nothing. And man, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Y'all been watching TV too long.
Too long.
I just, I've been doing it over 40 years. I just got, I get kind of natural, You know what I mean? And
oh yeah,
I just do things a certain way, and you know, I'm privileged enough to get what I got and see what I see. You know, and my experiences. You know.
yeah. Oh, I was gonna mention on this a DVD that we've put together that you do get to see all these things, even the translucent ones. We caught them on video.
Right.
We got Bigfoots in trees, herding deer, behind us and things like that. But we show where their traps are, what to look for, their history, their origin.
Is it out yet?
Huh? Yeah. We just got it done maybe about a week ago, really.
I mean, is it out for sale?
Yeah, it's on the.
Send it to me on Messenger if you don't mind, buddy.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
I need to ask you something else while I got you on the horn.
Okay.
I watched you one night. You was in your, I think it was your house, and you had this amazing damn wood structure you was talking about in your house, and it was the bows. It was in a house.
Yeah.
Do you have a copy of that? I saved that on my other phone, and it got wet, and I lost everything I saved on that phone, man. That was intriguing, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we have those. We can get that to you.
Oh man, yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, all those bows together, huh?
Oh yeah.
I was trying to think if it was like a picture of the one bow, or because we put like about 3 or 4 bows together and balanced them all out. And
you had one. The one I seen, the only one I seen was it was huge. You had one big bow on top, and it was on top of a bunch of other ones.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
You was in a room or in a living room or a house or something. Man, that was it. I saved it. I didn't get to watch all of it. I watched about 10 minutes of it and had to go to work.
Oh.
And I saved it. And then, of course, my damn phone that I had, I lost it. I'm like, and I've been looking for it, man, ever since. I want to see that. That was incredible, man.
Yeah, we'll get that to you. I think it might even be on this channel, on this link under the videos.
You're right.
Maybe, but I'll look for it and send it to you.
That's amazing, brother. Amazing.
Yeah, we got some bows that are, I would say at least 8.5 foot, 10 foot tall.
Wow.
Perfect bows too. And
where do you go? What part of the area do you go at?
Right now it's around the Antlers area because I moved back home to Antlers.
Oh, okay.
So I know all the old, I know where every valley is, every, good creek, every swimming hole,
Oh, I'm sure. That's your home, man. That's your land,
Yeah. So I know where the best places, where people congregate, where they would not think a Bigfoot would be at.
Right.
And so we go there to where the people swim. We go to that same spot, but we go into the wood line and we go and look what's out there for the people.
That sounds like what I do, man. Yeah.
And yeah, we're trying to get the word out more to friends and family here. But like any place, no one, the people who don't have this information or don't follow it,
They need to do it.
Yeah, they have a different kind of mentality as far as, understanding that these things are real and here.
Right. And they're not a pet, man. They're not, they're not a dog. You can't just leave it food and go, here, kitty, kitty. I mean, these, when we finish, I'm gonna send you some pictures of what happened to me personally.
Okay.
And, yeah. And you'll understand why I have the utmost respect for these. And then you'll probably ask me, what the hell's wrong with you? Why you bought them? I mean, they're incredible. They're incredible beings, man. I'm telling you, they just. I've seen them run. I've seen them crawl.
Yeah.
And I've got videos of. I just hit one last weekend. Matter of fact, everybody keeps saying they got red eyes. And this one, everyone I see has yellow eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
I called him at the tree line. I filmed it on my phone, man. Matter of fact, I was talking to a buddy of mine in Florida, and I stopped. I said, "Man, I gotta call you back." He started blinking at me, and he squats down. So I just started filming it, and then he come back up, and then his eyes open, and then he moved, 2 or 3 feet this way or that way, and he come back down. He stopped, and then he walked around an area and stopped, and he was just letting me know he was there, man. But it was so cool, he was acknowledging me.
Yeah, he was looking at you, all right.
He was staring at me,
Yeah, whenever you see the glowing eyes, that's them fixated on you. They're looking right at you. That's the only time you're going to see those. It's kind of like a deer in headlights kind of thing.
Right. That's what people, I tell. Well, I don't talk to nobody, except for my Scotch buddies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That way, I don't waste my breath on these YouTube arm rechargers. And I tell this man, he shined his eyes on me, bro. He said, "Well, you didn't have a light on it, did you?" I'm like, "Man, I ain't stupid, bro. I don't need a light. I mean, if they want you to see them, you'll see them."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, they can sense you like a dog. A dog can sense if you mean them harm or not.
Oh yeah.
They're the same way. I mean, they know if you don't mean them no harm.
Yeah.
I speak to them every time I go into my areas. I start talking to them. And of course, I've been hit with, like I said, tree limbs, and rocks, and I've had my staples and broken legs and shit. But they just like, okay, all right, buddy. Okay, well, must be juveniles around,
Mm.
But everybody keeps telling me about an alpha male and an alpha female. There ain't no alpha shit. There's a male and a female. And every time I've ever smelt just raunchy, just smell,
Yeah.
I've always seen a juvenile. Every time. There's always been a juvenile. So to me, after all this, that tells me that's a female. That's a deterrent scent from a female. That's what I believe. Of course, everybody has their own opinion.
What's the tallest that you've seen? Probably the tallest height.
The tallest one I seen was probably 10 foot, 10.5 foot.
Yeah, I think those are all. I mean, the 10-footers we've been finding they're more still juveniles. It's those 20-footers and half the size of a house. Those.
Right. Well, I'll tell somebody else that it depends where you're at. I mean,
yeah.
Like down here in the South where I'm at, you see a 7-footer. That's, oh my God, it's huge. You know what I mean? But you go up north to Canada, and a juvenile was 10 or 12 foot. You know what I mean? I mean, it all depends. What area.
Yeah, we've actually got reports from Alabama of the 20-footers.
Oh yeah, they in Alabama. I can tell you where the water park is. I'm sorry, I didn't
say that. Yeah. But actually, we got some friends who are coming down in that area, and like I said, we won't be down till whenever the series is happening. But
right,
if we get a chance, we're gonna pop in on you.
Man, I hope you do. You just let me know. I'll come see you, brother.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely be at the series.
Man, you just let me know when and where, and I'll be there.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, it is. It would be closer, huh?
Yeah, Philadelphia from here ain't but a couple hours.
Okay. All right, man. That sounds like a great plan.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
Hey, do you know anything about missing people or swimming holes or search and rescue or anything happening in any of these areas?
Well, there's a bunch around here, but they rule it as, drunk people on weekends diving off of bridges and never coming up.
Ah.
Where I'm at, they don't really talk about it, but where they're at, they come up missing. It's not exactly public assets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
it's like, you know, okay, they're missing, and they'll come out and look for them for a day or two, and okay, well, they must have drowned. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wait till the carnage is over about a month or two, and I'll go back to that area, and I'll start searching. You know, I'll look up in the trees. You can tell, usually when you look up, you can tell, you know, if they was in the trees nesting or whatever. And
yep.
You can watch tree breaks, and you know, that's what I usually look for. You know, but, you know, everybody looks for something different. I don't look at the ground. I always look up, man, because you know, I found hair. I got bags of hair samples. Nobody ever looks up. You know.
You're right.
You know, and I ain't gonna send it off because you know what happens. You send it off. Oh, that's fake. You'll get back a bag of poodle hair or something. You know?
Sure will. And even we've even local veterinarians too will cover up. So
absolutely, because they don't want to be involved in it.
Yeah, and we got reports of them covering up and moving.
Yeah, they'll shut them down. They'll lose money. They'll lose their business. That's the whole deal behind it, man. I got 5 or 6 wildlife and fishery buddies that'll tell me, you know, especially a couple spots where I go and say, Earl, you know, you can go back up in there, but I wouldn't recommend it. And I didn't tell you that, but if you need my help, you can't call me because you know there ain't no cell phone service up in there.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going up in there, call me and let me know when you're going and what time you get there. And if I don't hear from you, I'll come look for you. I mean, that's the best you can do where I'm at. You know.
Yeah, we found that some of our most experienced trackers, you know, who used to be ex-military and things like that, they've been called to handle big black bears.
Right. Exactly.
And then they get, after they handle the big black bear, they get pretty much their lives are ruined.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't push them calls, man.
Good.
That same reason. I already know better. I mean,
good.
I'm not going substance. You know, I'm not going to ruin. I already know. You know.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not. I talked to Todd Standing. What was it? Last year, or the year before, and he sent me an invite to go on an expedition with him up there. You know.
Mm.
And I turned it down, man.
I would too.
And I ain't, you know.
No.
I still got the contract. You know, and I was looking, I'm like, man, there's more here than there is up there.
There sure seems to be.
Even if you really are researching them, yeah, right. But anyway.
Yeah.
But, I mean, come on, you know. But yeah, that's just a waste of, you know.
Yeah, I seen that one of his last documentaries, and we actually had a friend who was going to go with him, and we recommended they don't. But
don't go, man. It's a setup.
Yeah, and in that documentary, though, he was trying to get the girls or the girl to use the bathroom and leave that scent everywhere in an occupied area.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you know, his sister's a famous makeup artist, right?
No, I don't even know that much about him.
Really?
Yeah, I knew that he was, you know, even though he does have video.
I can send you something when we get out there, man. And you be your own judge.
Okay.
But it's amazing, you know. Half the people that he knows, Meldrum and all them are my friends. You know, I know Will Jeving, Meldrum. I mean, I've got people on my list, man. You know. If you ever watch one of them videos, I'm sorry, clear my throat. If you ever watch one of them videos, it's either in the dark or the daytime, and they're always in the same damn area. You don't know if you got a squeaker in your pocket. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, with 20 yards, jump, make a roar, break a tree. Come on, man.
Yep.
anyway.
But yeah, man, Earl, I mean, really good talking with you.
Man, it's been great talking to you finally.
Yeah, yeah. You know how Facebook is.
Yeah. I won't say nothing about that. I don't want to get shit canned again, man.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm only on one group left. I've been kicked off, and all the good people who have the evidence are all been kicked off.
I've noticed that. I've been noticing that, man. The truth is unbearable.
It is, and we got some ex-military guys. They're always telling us, we don't even put our information out there, because of what.
There's a lot of things I don't talk about, of course. But no, I don't.
Yeah.
I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Hey, also every night we're giving our guests or our friends really, and the trackers that we have in different locations, we're giving them calls to, just a quick call just to check, how they're doing, make sure we all kind of stay up with each other. If you wouldn't mind, we'd like to add you to that list.
Well, keep me calling, man.
Okay, that'll help us out because we want to make sure everybody who's got activity, we're always keeping up with each other.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. You guys sing it too, man.
All right, that sounds great, and I want to thank you for all this information and actually really just getting to talk with you because you know how Facebook is and everything, and we can't have a conversation because you got to type and.
Sir, no, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely, brother.
And once we hear each other, now we know now that this person knows.
Absolutely. You know.
Yeah, that makes a whole different kind of group friend category.
100%, brother.
All right, Earl, I want to thank you for tonight, and I'm going to keep up with you and any updates. Every night that we call that you want to share, and you'll also hear other people giving updates and things like that.
Man, that'd be great, brother. Thank you.
We're gonna stay in contact with you, Earl.
Absolutely. Like I said, I'm gonna send you some pictures in just a few minutes. Strictly personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But when you come down to my area, you better call me, man.
Hey, we'll give you the honor seat whenever our team comes out to play. Actually, I'll have you walk out with our team whenever we get out there and walk on the field.
No way, man.
Yeah, you'll walk out there with us.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, and we'll stay in contact and we'll get this done too.
All right, brother. Thank you for the invite. I love the show.
All right, thank you, Earl. We'll stay in contact and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bro.
All right, have a good night. This was a friend of an occupied area. He did share a lot of information with us, which we do thank him. He is very experienced at what he's doing. He does have close contact, and like we said, he is experienced and he does pay attention. These are all things that we want you also to pay attention to. Whenever we have these conversations, you actually get to listen to our conversation. This is how we would talk to each other, to our trackers and to our friends, and help each other find out what's going on in each other's area, and we share the information to other friends so that they can either be on standby, on call, or just help whenever they get the chance. Check in on your friends, check in on your neighbors, get to know your neighbors right now, get to know people. So tomorrow night we have a young woman that's coming on. She's also having some encounters, and you will see those pictures. And for us, we know they're real, and some of the pictures tomorrow may be just a tad bit blurry, but if you understand that these people know that that tree or that bush does not have a dark shadow standing 10 foot behind it. So you have to understand that some people who are watching their children may turn to get a picture of something before they take their children in. And that split second is all they're going to get or feel that they can safely get it. They'll get it for you and they go inside. And that's some of the things with some of these blurry pictures and things. People know that that shadow is not supposed to be there. And they're just showing you what is not supposed to be there that they have concern about. But tonight's guest was wonderful, as every guest who has shared information for you. You are the ones who need this information. We are sharing our knowledges and our expertise, our encounters, our live active things that are happening daily. You are the ones who get to benefit from that safely. Listen to the encounters, listen to the do's and don'ts. But tomorrow night, we also have a mother who will be coming on from an active area, and she will also, or has been doing a little investigation on her own of the missing people in her area. We've been messaging and talking with her on things to look for. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time Zone, right back here, you will get some more information that you need. Tune in, tell your families, share this information, and we will see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time Zone. Have a great night.